Hit me with it.
Hi guys, this is Sean. Sean's been a good client of mine for probably he was a client of mine for about a year. I think the first time we connected with each other was actually we were training at the same gym. I think he started asking me a question here and there, and then we kind of it just evolved from there. He was typically doing the bro split, hammering out every exercise he possibly could for his buys and chest. He'd ask me what machine can I do next for exercise, which I found quite humorous. But then we had a little discussion and kind of talked about what his goals were and if he wanted to get stronger. And we started to have a bit more of an in-depth discussion. So, yeah, I guess introduce yourself. Just give a little bit of a background of yourself and yeah.
Yeah, so my name's Sean. I met Trent at the gym that we both were training at. My somewhat fitness background would have been I started in so I moved over here in early high school, and in Europe I did a bit of martial arts here and there, and then as soon as I moved here I did MMA martial arts. And as I was training with all the other people that I'd met through MMA, I'd noticed that I was a lot skinnier, a lot lower weight than a lot of those guys, and it left me at a bit of a disadvantage when we were doing our sparring sessions. So just kind of as a hobby, I started hitting the gym a little bit on the side, doing the typical bro split, trying to get those easy, quick gains at the beginning. But yeah, as I kept going, I slowly noticed that as I was training, I plateaued like horribly. Like I couldn't push past any more weight. All my bench, my deadlift, my squat, they all just stayed at the same weight level. So I started asking Trent a few questions. Big boy at the gym, trying to ask a few questions, and slowly we decided that maybe doing a bit of strength and conditioning training would help me out. Yeah, that's how we kicked off. I don't know. Everything.
That's awesome. I guess kind of talk about how it kind of like really impacted you. You said it's like, you're the small guy in terms of martial arts, and how did that really impact you? How did you feel more like emotionally about it?
Oh, well, especially emotionally, especially during, because beyond just during MMA training, even at school, I've always been the skinniest guy, and you always feel like you always have girls and even other dudes always say, there's just that slight little mention of, oh, you got pretty skinny legs. Oh, you got pretty skinny arms. And I don't think they ever mean it in a way to like affect you emotionally, but it gets on your skin. And I feel like a lot of guys will feel the same way. I feel it's almost the equivalent of telling a girl that she's looking kind of big. If you tell a guy that he's looking kind of skinny, it crushes him. So, doing the strength and conditioning training especially, I felt like I was getting quite a bit bigger and stronger as well. So with the strength came a bit more size, but even just being able to push a bit more weight and knowing what I was able to do just like emotionally made me feel a lot more secure and a lot more confident in myself. And especially going into MMA training when I was fighting some of the bigger guys or sparring with some of the bigger guys, it gives you a bit more confidence knowing that you do have a bit more strength behind your punches and your kicks. You've got a bit more weight behind you, and it was a real big confidence boost for sure, emotionally.